Hotepu gatekeepers and our allies. This is His Royal Majesty Ra Sumeba Ifagbemi, the world's first openly African black gay king. And the role of a king is to nourish and to protect his people. And today I do so by teaching you some of the secrets of how to work with words of power in a way that are more efficient than most people may know. We'll start with this image here, which is the image of what's called the Mandelbrot Fractal, generated by a computer through a kind of formula. And the key theme of this fractal, or this pattern, is that it captures the patterns of your life. A fractal means patterns. And the nature of this image is that if we were to zoom in to these tiny little tendrils and keep zooming in to any one spot, we can go in there forever and ever and ever. You can zoom in infinitely, and I mean literally infinitely. So this means, since you are a living fractal, you are a walking set of patterns. And I have a few videos on my channel here where I go more into detail about fractals. Feel free to watch those. That if you zoom in, you realize that you are a fractal. You are a bound infinity, meaning a boundary that can go inward infinitely. This means if you are a bound infinity, or a unit that goes infinitely into itself, that all things are within you. Infinity, within your boundaries, within your skin, within your consciousness, is all possibility. So everything you need in your life already exists within you. But the goal is for you to be able to zoom into that part of you and land on that part of your internal infinity that knows that it has that thing it's seeking already. That defines the function of hekau here, or words of power. Words of power are these kinds of sonic waves that force your consciousness to zoom into that part within your internal infinity of consciousness that has the thing you're chanting for. It's like a magnet that pulls your mind to that part within you that already has, fully and in joy and bliss, that which you're seeking outside of you. So there were about 15 basic words of power you use to help you zoom into that area of unlimited possibility, unlimited resources within you. The first is we do a heka of space. Space is code for new possibilities. It's a one-word heka, and that heka opens your consciousness to the space of what's possible in your life for your dreams. The next heka is the heka of binding space. It's 2 words, 2 secret words of power. This says that once you are open to this new possibility in your life, a new car, a new friendship, a new relationship, we have to now bind that space so it stays sealed within your awareness. The third heka is the heka of positive mental space. It's a word of power we use to fill that bubble you just made of space that has that new car, that new house in it for you, to maintain that that bubble has positive hope in it constantly, expectation of positivity. The next heka is the heka of folding space, and it's 1 or 2 words out of 266 possible hekau called the roarings of Ra. This set of hekau actually begin to morph and fold the internal positive space, much like the formation of an embryo within a womb. But the womb, of course, is your subconscious mind. The next heka you use is the heka of anchoring that space. It's 2 words that we teach in a workshop that I'll be doing in the future on words of power science. You want to anchor that space, anchor that growth so that things don't distract you, negativity won't hit you, and that you stay focused on it. Particularly with the next heka, the next 2 heka, the heka of spinning or charging up that space, This contains two words that cause that bubble of space of possibility in you to start moving and creating a charge, energy, an energy field to magnetize what you need to it. The next is the heka of focusing space, where you make that space contain the object you want more sharply, more carefully, in greater detail. Next, you apply the heka of elemental space, which is a one-word heka, which heats or cools that space to the right temperature to, we say, cook or bake that dream, that hope, that inspiration in there. We now go to the heka of behavioral genius, which means behaving astoundingly in that space. That can be one or several words. It's a word of power that keeps you from self-sabotaging yourself, keeps you from acting in a rude or in an inappropriate or mishappened way so that you can get what you're going after. The next heka is the talent that must fill that space. It's several words, that heka usually. It refers to the specific skill set that you'll need to manifest efficiently to make that dream a reality. Next is the heka of the king of the nature spirits in that space. This king of nature spirits helps to ground that space in the real world. It's one word. So when you have a desire in your mind, it's in your head, but you have to bring it to earth. So the first phase of that is we begin to have the nature spirit king put material energy, what we call sa, or materializing energy, around your dream and hope to make it feel more real, make it feel more down to earth. Next is the heka of the worker nature spirits who serve that nature spirit king. They ensure that nature backs your dream, that nature supports your wish. Then we have the heka of common sense in that space, also called the legs of that space. This heka helps you to do the common sense things that get the job done, that help that thing come to life. And finally, we have the heka of healthy space, which are words of power out of 18 that I will teach you, that keep your health and vitality strong enough to have the wherewithal to keep trucking along to make sure that thing manifests until it does. So these are the main ways to use inner space through sound power to create an external reality. And all these above methods of manifesting whatever you want are to be done using the Golden Beetle techniques that I have placed in my book called the Metaphysical Primer Volume 1 Beyond the Secret, particularly the Solar System Planning Technique and the Black Hole Meditation Technique, which you can purchase here at this link right here. Okay? So this is an introduction to how to manifest things, how to create through sound, what's called implosive energy or organic energy within you to magnetize what you want from without towards you. But first, you must become the thing you're seeking. And these techniques of working with space open within you, becoming in your imagination, in your soul, in your guts, in your spirit, that which you're seeking. Because like attracts like. That's the nature of fractals. And by being what you want to become, you shall have what you're seeking. We look forward to seeing you in the workshops in the future. Stay tuned. Dwawen Hotepu.